I'm on my way to actually get a haircut. I know that seems crazy since I have no hair, but I actually get my head shaved, and Brandon Beatty takes care of me and trims up my beard and keeps me looking as good as I can. But I wanted to share something I realized today, and constantly need to remind myself of it, whether I'm working with customers, coworkers, my wife, my kids, whatever it is. I think too many times we find ourselves hearing what people are saying. Like literally we hear it. Like we know what they're saying. We can tell that they're talking, but we're really just waiting for them to finish so that we can respond. And that's not listening. Like listening is actually listening to what the person's saying, understanding their perspective, and absorbing what they're saying so that you can try and understand where they're coming from and work through whatever it is that you're trying to communicate with, whether it's about a house and you're talking to a potential seller or a buyer or another real estate agent, whatever it is. And just today, I caught myself hearing and not listening. And this is a reminder for all of us, and mostly me, that the better listener you become, and and again, to define what I mean by listening, where you're actually listening to the words that the person is saying and trying to understand their perspective and where they're coming from so that you can be in a better position to help and offer feedback, is the best thing that you can do, particularly as a salesperson. Too often I find, as salespeople, we're eager to give our pitch or tell everybody why, whatever it is that we're selling is the right decision for people. And the reality is that a car, a house, whatever it is that you're selling, a suit, means different things to different people, and they're going to buy it for a completely different set of reasons than the next person. So the better you can do of differentiating hearing somebody versus listening, and again, it's something I need to remind myself of more often, and the better job you do of it, just the better communicator you're going to be. So for me, I know that I can become a better listener. Too many times I'm hearing what someone's saying and I'm just waiting for them to finish so that I can say whatever it is I decided I was going to say to begin with. And it just makes you sometimes seem bullheaded. It makes me seem like I'm not listening, right? Because you might say something over and over again and propose the same solution to a person, or try and sell them the same thing the same way 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And meanwhile, they're explaining to you the best that they can why it doesn't work for them. So if that's, hopefully that makes sense to everybody. Again, be a better listener. Don't just hear what people have to say and wait for them to finish so that you can talk. Truly listen to them and understand that person's perspective, and then gauge how you respond based on that. Maybe there's nothing for you to say. Sometimes the best thing to do is for me to just shut up. I can honestly tell you that not every time someone shares an experience or a problem with you are they really interested in your suggestion about how to fix it. Sometimes they just want to be heard. And the only way you're going to know that is if you're really listening to what they say and you're making a valid attempt to understand their perspective. So something I can always get better at. Today I'm reminding myself, and it's going to be a focus of mine as I move forward, to be a better listener and do less hearing and more listening so that I can understand other people's perspectives better. Because let's face it, we're not always right. And sometimes you might think you're right and someone's going to change your mind, and you're never going to have that opportunity unless you really listen to what the other person has to say, because we don't always have all the information. We might think that we're right based on the information we have. And, a very popular saying is sometimes you got to make new decisions based on new information. If we're always hearing, never listening, we're not going to have the opportunity to do that. So, good reminder for me. Just a little tip I would throw out there for anybody. If you find that you're getting stuck sometimes in conversations, negotiations, or you're having a tough time getting your point across, double check and make sure you're really listening to what the other person, the other party, the other, real estate agent, whoever it is, that you're really listening to what they have to say. And there's a good chance you miss something. So anyway, I'll see you guys later at 7 p.m. I'll be with Jeff Inch of Inch & Company Construction and Real Estate. We're going to be talking about cool remodeling ideas. We're going to take a peek at some projects he's done, talk about his experience in real estate and investing and home remodeling, custom building, landscaping, hardscaping. Should be a really cool show. We're going to cover a lot of stuff. So I'll see you guys in about an hour and a half. See you soon.